On this episode, we review our recent Universal Orlando resort trip to celebrate Lacie and Rhonda's birthdays, which included a stay at Cabana Bay, visits to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, as well as Volcano Bay, dinner at Cowfish, and a whole lot more. Today is July 25th, 2023. This is episode 585 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. Your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Then if you hit that subscribe button, you're going to get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. Don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
So today we are talking all about our birthday weekend at Disney Springs, actually, and Cabana Bay and Universal area.
Yeah, this is so here's what we're going to do. We're home on Sunday. We've got a ridiculous end of summer coming up.
Yeah, we do.
And as
I
normal,
don't even know when I'm going to get my nails done.
I know. Yeah, as normal, like Rhonda's doing her Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. She does her 12-hour work days. And then normally we will travel Friday to Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But what we did this past weekend, and we're doing the next 2 weekends, is Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, well, Lacey's birthday was on Thursday, and I'm off because I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then this week is because Food and Wine.
Yep, kicks off on Thursday.
Yes. And then the following week is because, again, I'm off on Thursday, and we are ending the girls' summer, unfortunately, for...
How did that happen?
I know.
We're talking about the end of summer
Yeah,
already.
for Fort Wilderness at Camper Rental Adventures.
Yeah.
And that will be super fun, but we're going to go obviously Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and come home Sunday after we wake up and everything. Unfortunately, we do have to be out by 11.
I think fortunately. That's going to be fortunate for us.
It will. It really will. And then on Monday, Kaylin has her driving test. And then she goes to school.
And then they go back into like
Thursday.
Meet the teacher, and they go to school that Thursday. So normally we record on a Thursday for Friday. We record on a Sunday for Tuesday's episodes. So what we're going to do is we're going to record a two-parter today. We're just going to basically go through the whole thing. Post-production, I'll just basically chop it up in half. So I'll find a good time to stop at some point when I edit this tomorrow on Monday, and that way we cover the week's episodes. Because again, we really do pride ourselves on making sure that regardless of busy schedules or content or anything that's going on, we want to make sure that we always have these new episodes every Tuesday and Friday, regardless. So I am going to fit in, unfortunately, but fortunately, a Rhonda-free episode at some point. I'm scheduling with good friends Lacie and Gary are going to come on, and we're going to do, because they've both made recent trips, and they've been a couple times now to Disneyland. And we are going to set up, I'm going to be the moderator, and we're going to pit, I don't know if that's the right word. We're going to put Walt Disney World versus Disneyland in several categories and see who comes out on top as the winner of the best United States Disney theme park. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and just get into it a little bit, and let's start off with our trip down Thursday morning, Lacey's birthday. Where did we head first and why? Because this was going to be a strictly Universal weekend. Now, if you look back over the past several years, so we've been doing pretty much go away vacation trips for y'all's birthday. I think I dated it back about 8 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So last year was Margaritaville. The year before, we rented a beach house for the week here in Crescent Beach, not far from us. Year before, we were at Disney. 4 years ago for your 40th, we were at Polynesian and had club level. like 5 or 6 years ago. We did
Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah,
at one
Wilderness
point.
Lodge. We did Animal
Animal
Kingdom Lodge. Like, so
Ooh,
y'all got the birthdays, man.
Mm-hmm. It's
Like,
been great.
It really has. I think that's the joy of a summer birthday.
Well, and I think it is, but I also think too that literally it's not just one birthday. So we can get away with saying, all right, well, we're staying at Wilderness Lodge. And the reason why is because we're spending the money for both of our birthdays.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I'm that type that now I don't need gifts. I'd rather do stuff with my family and stuff. So, of course, Lacie always wants gifts.
Right.
But,
Well, yeah, and she got plenty of them. But
yeah.
So what was your favorite gift this year, which will tell our ages?
well, I mean, I almost want to say, don't be mad. My cookbook that Rachel got.
Rachel did get you the cookbook.
Me, she
That
got me
was
the
super
Lilo and
sweet. Yeah.
Stitch cookbook, and so I'm super excited to like look and make some. I looked through it,
Looks
but make
incredible.
make some foods from it, or let you and Kaylin and Talon make some food. But I was super super excited. Some WeatherTech mats for my new 4Runner, because the ones that came with it were the. How do you say them? Like
they're carpet.
Carpet.
I don't know what else you would call them.
Yep.
But yeah.
And I don't like them.
But I was
very
love,
excited.
Like, it just shows your age when you get WeatherTech floor mats for your vehicle and you're so excited about it.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Like, it's such a different life. Like, this is the whole other season of our life that we're in now, where you look at 13-year-old Lacie, who's getting clothes and makeup products and, like, you know, all these things that she's super excited about.
Yep.
And you're like, cookbooks and floor mats. This is the way to go, right? And you got an awesome sweatshirt.
I did, but it's really thin, so I absolutely
perfect for
love
Florida.
it. And it's Lilo and Stitch, and it's Pudge with his peanut butter and banana sandwich, jelly sandwich, and it says Pudge controls the weather.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the trip. I'm gonna sidetrack this whole time. I think I'm in one of my moods, my fun moods. So, where did we head to first, and why?
we headed to Disney Springs because Lacie actually got quite a few Lululemon gift cards, and she wanted to get something. She had a Sephora gift card. So yeah, we just wanted to go over there. And I just love Disney, so it was great being there first.
I was really glad we went to Springs first.
Yeah, we got her some the gelato that was right there, and we tasted it, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's right outside there of World of Disney in Amorette's Patisserie, the poutine station. It's that little like cart, like on a bicycle, like Italian gelato cart. Strawberry, holy moly, that was delicious. It was so fresh.
Yep.
It was like real bits of strawberry in it. Loved it. Yeah, Lacie got some free gifts from different places she knew, like Sephora, for example. She got a little, I don't even know what she got there, but mascara or something. And then
then spent money there too.
Yeah, she did, and shopped at Lululemon.
Yep, she did. She got some shorts, and then she has more money, but. The Lululemon actually at Springs is growing. They are moving around the corner, almost half under the, almost like tunnel, I call it, where you know you've got all those stores that are underneath cover. As much
as I know about Disney, for some reason I can never remember what the sections of Disney Springs are called.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
You know what I mean? Like West Side and all of those. Yeah, so this is in the newer area over there near Chicken Guy. It is covered. It's all that brick.
But I think it's half in, half out. Yeah. Because they're building, and they're going to move around the corner there, and it's going to be much bigger.
Yeah. You know why they're able to expand?
Because
they charge like $120 for a shirt.
Yeah.
That's how they're able to expand. And people are swarming in there. I counted no less than 9 people working in that store.
Yeah.
At one given moment, which is crazy.
Did you count how many people were in there buying?
Twice as many.
Oh, okay.
So, but again, at $120 a shirt or $60 for a pair of shorts, they're doing okay. Lulu, she's doing good.
Yeah, she is.
So
she still has money. So she wants to either go online or Tina's going to go shopping. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, after that, we we really wanted to go over to Cabana Bay and I guess eat there and stuff. So it wasn't like we were like, well, girls, what do y'all want to do? What do y'all want to eat? Jeremy was ready to go. So it sometimes seems like when he's ready to go and wants to do something, we do it no matter what.
Well, we had exhausted our time at Disney Springs.
But did we?
Oh, I could have stayed longer and eaten,
okay.
But it would turn out we wouldn't need to.
Well, yeah. But so yeah, we ended up then from there actually Jeremy forgot, which I had no idea, but our cat Bucky gets into snacks and we can't leave it on the counter. So he put them in the pantry and all our snacks. So being gone for those 3 days and the girls were like,
I forgot them.
We did. So which is fine.
Pack them Thursday morning and I had lots of snacks.
Yeah. So we stopped by Publix that was near and got our snacks and then went to check in to Cabana Bay and our room was ready. I did ask for an inside room because we were not that. And I did say it was both our birthdays and she was like, I don't have that. But she put us right outside the big giant pool with the slide, which was fantastic, real close to the lobby, which was great. So again, it was, the motel like.
Yeah, when you say that, so if you've not been to Cabana Bay, and this is considered a value resort by Universal standards, we can talk about it more, not by my standards whatsoever, but they have two sections.
I agree.
Well, they have three sections, really.
Yeah.
There is an interior entry, 2 buildings there, where you go in like a hotel. You go inside and you're indoors and you enter your room from inside.
Correct.
They have another whole section on the other side by the other pool, because they've got 2 incredible pools we'll talk about a little bit, that is exterior entry, which is more of a motel setup. They also have 2 towers that are obviously interior entry style rooms.
Right.
We had never stayed in the exterior. We had an incredible, I believe it was a Florida resident rate. We paid all in about $245, $250 a night
for a family
suite, which will sleep 6.
Mm-hmm.
so Rhonda had just inquired. She was like, is there any chance you have an interior room entry?
Because this was after I paid too.
Yes, after we paid. Like, hey, any chance you got one? Hey, birthdays, what's up? And she was like, no, I actually don't. We're like, that's cool. And her name was Medea, I believe is how you would pronounce it.
Okay.
She was super amazing.
She was super
and, we kind of were chatting. We're like, oh, it's, we're actually here for our daughter's 13th birthday today. My wife Rhonda here, her birthday is tomorrow. And we're just chatting with her and all. And even though she couldn't do that room, she was like, you know what? I can get you guys some meal vouchers for your birthdays. She's like, how many are in your party? We said 5. She goes, okay. Comes back. She goes like back in the little room, comes out, 5 meal vouchers, which includes an entree and a beverage at Bayliner Diner right there in the lobby area. And then she also gets and signs off on 2 additional birthday treat vouchers for you and Lacie.
Correct.
Which would include either a pastry, an icy, or I think individual slice of cake.
Something
prepackaged
like that.
slice of cake.
Yep.
So she gets all those. Then she's like, would you also like a birthday button? And we're like, sounds great. So go ahead, get them their birthday buttons. She gives us the layout of everything. And even though, like Rhonda was just saying, we had this exterior room entry, she gave us one of the most primo spots.
It was great. It was
both near pool, near lobby, 3rd floor. They got elevators, so that's cool.
Yes, very nice.
It was just wonderful.
It
and
was.
I will say we've done a lot of Disney birthdays. And we're not the type. I don't care for when people go out in these Facebook groups and they go, what's pixie dust and how do you get it?
Yeah.
Right? You don't. You just get it or you don't get it.
Right.
It's there's nothing wrong with telling the cast member or the team member in this situation, we're here to celebrate a birthday.
Right.
When you check into a Disney restaurant, they'll say, are we celebrating anything?
Correct.
We're celebrating a birthday.
Right.
If some magic comes your way, cool. If not,
great.
So be it. Who cares? You're not deserved anything. But man, I just, from the moment we got there, felt like, I don't know what you called it, Universal. It's not pixie dust, but was it minion dust or something?
I don't know.
Like,
but it was
cool. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like we walked away and the girls were sitting in the lobby area, and yeah, we walked away and just like, wow, that was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go back and we check in September 15th for my birthday,
You're gonna
the day
say
after
it's
my
your
birthday, I'm just gonna say, hey, can I get a birthday button?
Yeah. Okay.
And
Cool.
it'll be wonderful. And we use those meal vouchers. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But do you want to talk a little? Let's just cover Cabana Bay in general, some of the amenities, the theming. Why don't you talk about the room and the layout? Whether you're interior or exterior
It's all
entry
the
with
same,
the family
correct?
suites, it's the exact same layout other than where your window is.
Yeah.
So share all of that, Rhonda, because I am in love with Cabana Bay.
Oh, okay.
Love Cabana Bay.
Well, first of all, when you walk in the lobby, it's really cool because they've got giant live palm trees in the middle, and it's just really cool. They have a Swizzlers bar that's right there. That's really cool.
At a value resort.
At a value resort. This is all supposedly value. I say supposedly because couple times we walked in the lobby, there was some live music going on, which was super cool. And 2 of the days we walked in out of the entire weekend, we not only saw Gru, but we saw the Madagascar 2 people, the lion and now I'm trying to remember
gosh,
the
what
other
is his
one.
name? He's the what is he? Is he a lemur? No. He wears the holy skirt.
Okay.
I would like to say he looks like a raccoon, but any of my zoologists that are listening are definitely going to call me out on that one. But yeah, I mean, characters just in the lobby,
Super
like live music, freaking.
Then you have Starbucks that is in every Universal resort, which is really cool. And this one happens to also have not only like a couple of places to eat, but they have a bowling alley, a really fun arcade.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. And then, we went to our room, and our room, like I said, was really close to the pool and on the outside. And because it's on the outside, so the window, the window's right there. So when you first walk in, you see I guess you could call it little kitchenette. It has a sink, it has a microwave, it has a coffee pot, and then it has like plates and utensils and all kinds, and then a nice large refrigerator. Larger, I mean, not large. Still the short under the sink, but still larger. And under the sink, you have a little more storage, and then you have actual large trash can. And then there's a little like bar basically with 2 bar stools. So you can sit there and eat or whatever. Then you have 2 chairs and a couch and a TV. So like a little living room. Yeah. Well, that couch pulls out into a full-size bed, and the way it pulls out, it's not like a springy mattress. So it's really not bad.
Yeah.
You have a TV in there, and then you have this like barn door that closes off if you want. And then in behind the door is your 2 queen beds in that room with your bathroom. So it's really cool. You have a sink and then a mirror in the main open area. Then you can shut off the door to a sink and a shower. And then on the other side, you can shut the door to a toilet room. And then of course you have a closet in there too.
Great size closet.
It was really good.
It's really good.
So yeah, some good stuff. But it is funny because usually when you're on the interior, your window is on that back wall, which we had a wall. So I think because where we were facing and everything, it was fantastic because
the sun was on the other side.
Yeah,
as it was rising.
Dark for nice times.
Saturday.
Yeah,
we got up and I was in the shower Saturday morning, and I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, all right, about 8:30.
I'm thinking we're gonna go.
Like that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking
okay,
I'm awake. We're gonna go and ride.
We slept
Hagrid's.
We slept in.
Right.
8:30, sleeping in for us on vacation. Rhonda busts in the door and she goes, "It is 10:41," and I was like, "No, it's not." And I made her show me on her watch, like, "No, it's 10:41."
I thought it was wrong.
Yeah,
it was
and
crazy.
then same thing this morning. Like I woke up around 8-ish, and I'm like, all right, 8. I'm like, I can lay here a little bit longer. I'll be miserable and just lay here and not fall back asleep. Fell back asleep because it's so dark in there.
Yep.
And we didn't get up until like 10:30. We were a little bit late to lunch because we were meeting Tina at Portillo's. But it just, I gotta say, and then the pool area. So the pool that we were closest to, which would be the exterior entry pool area, is a beautifully large pool with a great splash pad kids area.
And that's where they also do all the, like, I think, activities and stuff. They had a tent, they had a DJ. So, I mean, you're talking like, and Jeremy said it earlier this weekend when we were there, this is like the party pool.
Yeah.
So I will not lie to you and tell y'all that I was hoping that we could go to bed at night, but it did work out very fine. I didn't hear anything pretty much once the door was closed.
I mean, we used a sound machine, like, at night,
but
just
still.
in general, like, we need sound, but this is the boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants pool. Like, this is the party pool. I feel like this is almost the adult pool, even though there are plenty of kids there, but this is where everything is happening and all the action is at.
And you have a slide.
It's got a wonderful slide.
Really nice.
They have Atomic Tonic, the pool bar right there. Like you said, they were doing activities. They were doing stuff for kids. They had a DJ. Just incredible. On the other side of the lobby, where the interior entry rooms are, and they do have standard rooms here. They're not all family suites.
Correct.
Although it appeared that in the section we were in were all family suites, it seemed like. So there's a lot of them.
That's good.
And at $250 a night, I don't know why you would do anything else.
Yeah.
Even, I told Rhonda, I was like, even if it was just you and I, at $250 a night, I would get this room every time. We'd have our own lounge area just to sit in the living room.
Yeah.
So everything is 1950s themed. It is the vibrant teals and orange.
It's
and
old looking, but it
yellow.
doesn't feel it either.
No, it's just, and like from somebody that does stuff in like marketing and graphic design, to look at every detail down to the fonts that they have selected for every little thing, down to the merchandise, down to every corner of this place is so wonderfully themed. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like I was saying, on the interior area rooms is another wonderful pool that felt more quiet. It has the hideaway bar, which is like kind of tucked down a little bit.
Yeah, that's super cool because we've been there with Rob and Tina, and because that's when we were in the tower in the interior room.
Yes.
And we went down there and we got some pizza. And then at one point we were down there and it started to storm. So we ran under the hideaway bar and I think hung out there for a little bit until it started to light up a little bit. So then we ran out and then went back to our room. But super cool.
What does this value pool have?
Well, it has 0 entry on both sides, by the way. And it doesn't go too deep, which is great. But on the other side that we were not on, it has a lazy river.
Yeah.
So really cool. But you do have to buy your tubes. They're not giving them away. You can room charge your credit card, and they run from $11 up to $16
based
for
on like
one
the size.
tube. I think, and
but you get to keep it.
You do.
We have one next door at Jane's house.
Yes.
Right. We bought them in the past.
Yeah, and I think it depends on what you pick. Like,
okay,
the $11 one is the cheapest one, so it might be like not pretty and cool, but this $16 one might be the pretty, like, ooh, I want that one. But I did
you find out if you can bring your own?
I did see other people have their own.
I thought so.
But I did not see where they were told that they couldn't.
Okay.
So, and I meant to tell you, I was looking for our girls because I thought they were in the lazy river, which they were. They didn't use a pool thingy. Oh my God, I can't think of the name.
I can't think of
tube.
Words.
The pool tube. So they just swam.
Yeah.
And with that being said, they were swimming around and I was looking for them and I didn't see them, but I did see somebody go by with the one that we have it from Costco.
Okay.
So,
oh, you did? Yeah. Yeah. We bought these like little, it's like a pool noodle, a big thick pool noodle that is wrapped through and then has a seat in it. So you think we could have taken those and been okay?
I think so.
All right. We'll remember that for next time because we're going to move on and just walk through our weekend. But
yeah,
I got to say, we've been to Cabana Bay before. We've loved it. It's actually the first Universal hotel we ever stayed at on reopening day, I should say, out of COVID. I absolutely love this place. It is, dare I say, I'm trying to think of a number. it is possibly top 5 Universal Disney combined. One of my top 5 staycation resorts.
Okay.
I woke up this morning. I told Ron, I was like, if we were here for like another 3 or 4 nights and we didn't step foot in a park, I'd be okay with that. There's so much to do there.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to bowling. We didn't even get to the arcade this time.
Nope.
We didn't.
But we did go down the slide.
We did go down the slide.
Good.
I never got in the lazy river. Never got in that other pool. Like,
I got my feet wet from the lazy river. That's about it. But I did lay in the zero entry with Kaylin, and then
it
was very hot though this weekend.
Yeah, it was so hot.
Very hot.
I absolutely love this place. Like we're going end of August. We're gonna take Kaylin and her boyfriend to Orlando, and we're gonna do Volcano Bay one day, and we're staying at the Marriott Royal Palms because it's got a 2-bedroom suite, and we've got separate areas for children that are dating, and we've got a full kitchen and all, and there's tons of activities, and it's gonna be wonderful. But we were second guessing, like, we were to Cabana Bay,
and even Kaylin was. You were.
Yeah.
The only thing for me was, and I don't care. Like if we want to trade, we can like think about it, whatever. But the only thing for me is you only have a microwave and a sink.
Yeah,
so we were going to cook. Like we were, I think, going to cook as like a
Kaylin
little
and Talon
family.
enjoy cooking together.
They
and
do.
Like we can help out and stuff. So I think we're going to do that. But
I think I'm going to have them tonight make me the
you look
ribs
at
from the cookbook. Yeah.
I just Cabana Bay is so Lowe's owns and operates all of the Universal hotels, and we absolutely obviously. Hey, be quiet, Alexa. Nobody's talking to you. Okay, sorry. We absolutely love Disney resorts, and nothing beats them for me.
Yeah.
But Lowe's at Universal is killing it.
Yeah. And I mean, not for nothing too. Like I don't get me wrong, I love Dockside and the other one, but I think if I did have to pick, and it has been a little while since we've stayed at Cabana Bay, I'd pick Cabana Bay actually, for the value each and every time. Yeah. It is just hard because when you can get a Dockside for, $150 compared to $250, that's $100 more. I'd be like, no, we'll go to Dockside.
Yep.
But it is fun.
I've talked about this before too. I can't think of a time. So we've now been pass holders. We've been going to Universal, very frequently. It's gotten a little bit less, but we've been there dozens and dozens of times since the reopening of the parks in June of 2020, right? So over 3 years now. I cannot remember a single time that we potentially waited more than 10 minutes for a bus.
Oh, yeah.
And I cannot remember a time that we have ever walked up to a bus line and been like, we might not make it on the next one.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, another one's right around the corner.
Or behind it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Their system is flawless.
It is good.
Their hotels are incredible. Their team members, we've said this before too. I went into Universal 3 years ago thinking like, okay, you're not going to match cast members. They're outstanding.
They are.
We had so many incredible interactions, especially you guys with your birthday buttons. Not a team member walked past you for 3 days without wishing you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Like, I just was really blown away by everything this weekend. Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay.
So Thursday evening, we actually ended up at going into the parks and riding some of the rides. We went and rode Green Gods, and we had an express pass after 4. So we just rode a few.
Yeah, there was no need for us to really get into the parks before 4 p.m.
No.
Both due to heat
and
our ability to have express pass, right?
Yep.
So we'll get to that in a second. I want to talk one more thing about Cabana Bay, and then everybody will be like, Jeremy, shut up about Cabana Bay.
Oh, that's right, because we did. I forgot. We were laying out by the pool before we went over to the. Sorry, I missed that part.
No, it's okay. Well, I just this is something I love about Universal, and they do this in all of the hotels. We've done before. I remember sitting at the pool at Sapphire Falls and getting souvenir cups. So you can go to the bar and you can get a 16 ounce, I believe it is, souvenir cup, and your signature cocktail is going to be $16. Refills forever, as far as we know, because they're not chipped and they're not
Right.
checking your resort
Right.
stay are $12, right?
Right.
And it's a wonderful, these ones that we got were actually double insulated, top on it, closed top on it, everything, insulated cup. Stuart at the Atomic Tonic was amazing. Rhonda got the Atomic Tonic, actually, which is Tito's handmade vodka, melon liqueur, limoncello, pineapple juice, and lemonade.
It was really good.
I got the Let It All Hang Out,
Mm-hmm.
which was Maker's Mark and Control. They were delicious.
Yeah.
And we would reuse those the next day at the Hideaway Bar.
Yeah.
And again, $12
Or you did,
refills.
I did not.
Yeah, I did. You did not. $12 refills. Okay. Now let's get to going into the parks.
Yeah. So then we went back and all us girls, poor Jeremy, got ready. Took us a little while, but that's okay. And again, we weren't going in before 4, so we went over. And we were gonna go ahead and get like a bunch of stuff and just have some fun because we weren't really sure because we knew on Friday we were gonna do Volcano Bay, so we really weren't gonna be at the parks. And then Saturday we were planning on doing the parks Saturday night. So we went ahead and went in, and the first thing was Minion Blast, and it was a technical rehearsal. So it was posted at 25 minutes. We're like, let's just do this, get it over with, because we were going to have to walk past everything anyways to get to it. So we did, and it only took us about 15 minutes through the ride.
Yeah.
That was a fun, so it's called a ride, I guess, but it is.
It's an attraction.
And it is an attraction where you get a gun, a blaster, and you stand on a moving walkway on a dot. They will point you to your dot, and then you get to blast your way through Minion Town or whatever on these screens. My first little tip to give you is when you start blasting your blaster, there's an icon that shows up, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. Point it where you can see, and you're not even trying to aim for anything. Just see what your icon is.
You mean like point? You can't go off screen, obviously, but you're saying like point in a corner.
Point somewhere
so you can
where
see
you're not.
What
yes,
the heck you are?
Yes. And then once you realize, then I think it'll be fun and it'll be neat and easier.
Yeah.
Than what we kind of did until I finally figured out what mine was.
Yeah.
I was just shooting and I was like, this is stupid. But it was kind of fun. I would do it again, but I would probably not wait. I would not want to wait longer than
No. So this is
25 minutes.
So of course this is, like Rhonda said, this is in technical rehearsal. It's not officially opened. It really only went in technical rehearsal about a week ago. They had a media event, then they just straight soft opened it for technical. And it's the theming is incredible, and this whole area is really well done.
Oh, it really is cool.
Really
it's super
well.
cool.
You now have this full Minions land, and this took over the old Trek 4D area, and they turned this around pretty dang quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you think of Disney's timelines, Universal's like, let's do it.
Yep.
You are going to VillainCon.
Oh yeah.
As somebody who has been to and worked lots of trade shows in the past, this is perfectly themed. When you go, there's an outdoor queue area, but it kind of sets up the story of why you're there, and you're kind of waiting to get into the booths of VillainCon, and then you go into the indoor queue, and it is like having booths of all these different villainous things, like weapons, and there's a big interactive screen with an alligator.
Wasn't there a beauty thing too? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
super cool.
And it's actually brilliantly done. And basically you're going in and you are going to try out to become part of the Vicious Six. There's 5 of them, 5 villains. You're going to be the 6th.
Nice.
Right? And
look at you knowing all the story.
So that's basically what you're going through. So you're trying out with all these other people that are at VillainCon, standing on this moving walkway. You're blasting, you're doing all this stuff. I'll say this is exactly what is needed. There's no height requirement. It is a family-friendly attraction.
You can't put a baby on there, though.
If a baby can stand, baby can shoot. That's.
Okay.
I think that was they should make a shirt. Baby can stand, baby can shoot.
Okay.
Like you're not setting down like a car carrier with your baby in it and giving them a blaster gun. But it is a family-friendly attraction.
It's
for
super cool.
all.
Yeah.
like Rhonda said, figure out where your icon is
Yeah.
so you know where you're blasting, because it will change the attraction significantly for you. Because for the first half, I was muttering curse words under my breath. And for the second half, I'm like, oh, that's where I'm shooting. Which, by the way, was still about a foot right of where my blaster was pointed.
Okay.
But in
But you
theory,
figured
this
out
is
your
this is
icon.
beautifully done.
Yeah.
The screens are vibrant. It's action packed. It is a lot. It is sensory overload to every extreme possible. So if you or you have a child that does have sensory overload issues, I would not recommend. This is going to be rough. It really is, because of what's going on. I was shocked at how well the moving walkway situation worked.
Yeah.
It's an omni mover without the vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're literally standing on a moving walkway.
Yeah.
And what's great about this one is you're supposed to stand. Not
Yeah,
like when you're going into
yeah.
Universal and everybody just stands on the moving walkway. It's called a moving walkway. It's not called a standing walkway.
Okay.
You guys can still walk. It's fun. You feel like Forrest Gump. Like
I'm
you're
running.
Yeah, like you feel like you're like moving at an incredible pace. So I thought it was super cool. But like Ron, I didn't love it. I don't need to wait more than 15 minutes for it.
Yeah.
But if we ever walk in and it says 30 minutes or less,
Or
I can
if
see
we
going,
can
"Let's
use
do it."
our express pass.
And eventually if
Yeah.
Express Pass kicks in,
Yep.
I will totally do it. But this whole new Minions land is
It's cool
awesome.
looking.
It's great.
Yeah, it's cool. We did not go
we did not
in
go
the
to Minions
Minion Cafe.
which I feel like a huge fail.
That was
It's
all
a
on you.
huge fail. No, it is. I actually feel bad about it.
because we were supposed to, and you're like, no, we'll come back.
John Self is listening to this right now, and I'm gonna get a message from him like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah.
You specifically said you would go try it. I told several folks we were going to try it.
Well, why didn't we?
It just didn't work in the plans.
Yes, it did.
But what did we get?
Well, because we could have. Okay.
We weren't
Anyways.
hungry at that point.
So
What
we
did we
went and got
get?
the banana popcorn,
Yeah.
and the we got the souvenir bucket, which was the car, which was super cute, and that banana popcorn
'Cause
was
we needed
really
that.
good. Yeah, I
What
don't
the
know
heck
why.
is that thing going?
I don't know. But the banana popcorn was really good because it wasn't like overpowering.
Mhm.
In fact, I love banana so much that I think I wish it had more,
Mhm.
but it's fine. Then we also
It's the best popcorn I've had.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely loved it.
And then
But
we
you're right, it's very subtle.
also got a drink
I did not try it. So
that
you can talk all
it was
about
so
this.
good. It's a purple drink. I don't know, grapish type, but then there's Pop Rocks on top with icing, and I thought
7 pounds of
it
icing.
was so good, and I ate so much icing.
We're sitting
that
in
they-
Jimmy Valenque, and we're like, Rhonda,
Everybody,
stop
my
eating the ice.
entire
We're like,
family.
you're gonna be sick.
Yep.
Stop eating it.
Yep, I wasn't
so she
sick.
you throw the straw out, and then we look over, and you're just putting your finger in the cup,
It's
getting
so
the rest
good.
of the icing off the side, eating it like a child. And there's like
It's
purple
purple.
all around your lips
It's so
and your
good.
tongue, and we're just like, Rhonda, you are going to make yourself
I know.
sick. And we still had to go back and eat crumble cookies.
Yeah.
Remember?
So, anyways, so we got all that, and it was right outside the Minion Cafe, and then the kids wanted to do Fallon, so we used our Express Pass, and it was pretty much a walk on, which
Yeah.
was great. Then they wanted to go do Mummy Returns, so we went and did that, an Express Pass. But we had to do a locker, and because we have
this is
this
Jeremy mood.
stupid bucket, it does not fit
In
in
the standard locker.
the standard locker.
Which is, I feel like somebody somewhere at one point was like, let's make an item
That
that
doesn't
everybody
fit.
wants to
Yep.
buy.
That doesn't fit.
And then let's make lockers that this item won't fit in.
Yeah.
Then let's force them to put it in a locker
That
so
you
we
pay
can
for.
upcharge them
Yep.
$2 for another one.
So it is $2.
It was all good.
It was $2 for the bigger lockers. So we did that. So we rode Mummy. Then we went over to Gringotts because I love that and wanted to do that.
Well, I want to talk about times real quick because I did track the times.
Oh. Why?
To show people that are going to Universal the worth of Express Pass. So,
Okay.
we did not ask the price of Express Pass while we were there. We normally do. My guess is it was close to $250
it's probably a lot.
per person per
Yeah.
day, which I do not believe is worth that cost. The parks actually were not very busy.
Yeah.
Guess what? Parks aren't busy right now. It's not just Disney. So everybody stop acting like Disney's going downhill because the parks aren't as busy.
Oh.
They're not that busy at Universal either.
Yeah.
They're not that busy at SeaWorld either. It's tourism right now.
Mm-hmm.
So hold your horses there. But the reason I do want to talk about it is because we always say that, when we loved Cabana Bay, look at the price difference. Contact Chuck, contact Amy at Main Street Magic Travel, mainstmagictravel.com. Fill out that form for a free quote. If you're going to Universal, look at a Legacy hotel.
Absolutely.
The extra price per night is going to be worth Express Pass for your entire family on not only the day you check in, but it's also good the day you check out.
Until midnight.
Yep. So, for example, while Fallon was basically a walk-on with Express Pass and standby, Mummy was only posted at 35 minutes, which, July?
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Express Pass was 7 minutes.
Wow.
All right. Gringotts was posted at 30.
I love Gringotts.
We were on the ride in 16. I'm counting in all the pre-shows.
Oh, wow.
The elevator ride, the pre-shows, everything, right? So right there, we saved a pretty good amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I would like for someone to learn locker etiquette.
Oh, Lord, Jeremy. They try. The team members try.
I know the team members are doing a wonderful, wonderful job.
They
People
say
just don't listen.
one person per
If you have
family.
7 people in your family and you have 2 bags, there is no reason for 7 people to go hover around a locker, forming a force field, making a half circle around an entire locker system for 2 bags.
Mm-hmm.
You send your one person in, the one person comes out, everybody else can wait outside. You're not going to miss each other that much. You can hug, kiss, whatever you need to. If you really, when they get back. I love Rhonda to death, but I can spend a few minutes away from her while she takes the bags in, okay? And we saw it real bad the next day.
Yeah.
At Gringotts, at Forbidden Journey the next day, it was awful.
Yeah.
Just learn the system. So
So after that, the kids were like hungry and they wanted to go. Like, because we could have done some more stuff, but they just, and again, it was their birthday and we're like, what do you all want to do? Yeah. So they wanted to go back and eat. So we go to Bayliner Diner, and it was around 8:30 basically. And that place was slammed packed.
I didn't know how popular a time it was to eat.
Well, Jeremy literally was getting very frustrated, but I'm like, dude, it's just, you have to do what you have to do. So we each had our free meal ticket. So we just handed them out and we're like, just go eat your hot food. Whatever you're going to get, just get it.
Yeah, and go.
Check out on your own. And even if they didn't have that, I would have, both girls now have Apple Pay because Lacey's 13 on their phone. I would have just been like, show your pass and just Apple Pay. We would have had to pay separately, and you can't wait on each other because of the different bays that they have, basically. They have, a sandwich bay with all kinds of stuff. And then they have like a almost pasta bay with spaghetti and
pizza
and stuff like that.
Grill,
and
burger, and grill.
All burgers.
And then international.
And then an international, yes.
And I want to say a prepared foods. There's about 4 or 5 different bay areas.
There was. And the girls wanted this roast turkey and provolone sandwich. It is served on a focaccia bread with baby lettuce, tomato, and pesto mayonnaise. This is a sandwich that Kaylin got a long time ago when Steve was with us, and this was a Halloween Horror Night weekend, and we stayed here at Cabana Bay, and she was like, this is the most amazing thing ever, and she wanted to get it again. Well, they did. All 3 of them got it, and not only did they, not once, but twice.
Got it the next day, too,
and I think they would have if we would have let them do it 3 times.
Seriously.
But
it's so good.
So moving on from that, we all did that. And then I was in the line because I was like, I don't want a burger or eating later at night. Can I try to find something healthy? And the international was super cool because it had like a seared tuna bowl thing that I was like, I don't know if I trust that here, but they did have a shrimp stir fry that looked pretty good. And then they had some General Tso's stuff, and they had some like a jerk chicken, half a chicken. Like, they had some good stuff.
Really did.
So I was in this line, and when Jeremy kind of got his little panties out of a bunch, he came.
I went in the grill line because I was going to get a burger.
He came in
It was
line with
taking
me.
forever,
Yeah.
So I got in line with Rhonda and the bowls.
And then he saw and he was like, I'll do a General So's.
And
So-
I'm mad at this point. Like I was mad.
Oh, you're very mad.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I was being a butt.
You were.
I was. I can
And-
admit it. I totally know I was
and it's-
being a butt.
It's just, it's not like we were waiting in line and then all of a sudden you get cold food. We're just waiting in a line because they're
For hot, fresh
literally
food. Yes.
hot, fresh preparing this food.
And we'll go back to what we've said recently. Our experience over at Endless Summer is that we have found that they went from preparing hot food to prepared food.
Where you just
And
go
we were
pick
a little-
it up.
Yeah, and we were a
it
little
sucks.
disappointed, but you got through super quick.
You did.
Here, they're preparing hot food.
Yep. The line's
How
super
was
long.
how was the payoff?
It was fantastic because we walked away with steaming hot food, which by the time I sat down after I paid
Yeah.
and started eating, it was so hot that even me, I can eat really hot foods, I had to kind of go, hang on, let me let this cool a little bit. Food was fantastic.
This was sit-down restaurant quality food.
I just started
It
saying
really
for
was.
a quote-unquote quick service.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the girl back there cooking stir-fry shrimp.
Right in front of your face.
She picks the rice and puts it in the bowl, and I don't know how hot or not hot that was, but then she dumps this entire steaming pile of hot stir fry on top of the rice, and it was fantastic.
And these portions were huge.
Huge.
Like with using our free meal vouchers, I told Ron, I was like, dang, if I had known the portion sizes, we would have saved a meal voucher for the next
and we
night.
would
We would
have
have split.
shared. I know.
I got the plant-based chicken
General So's.
General
right?
So's,
Mhm.
and I believe it said it was Impossible brand chicken,
I don't remember.
like the Impossible brand burgers and meats that we love. For you would not know this was
it was
not
really good.
chicken.
I took a bite and I
Now,
forgot.
my only thing was, and I was fine with it. It wasn't General So's flavor; it was teriyaki, but it was.
But it's still different than mine because you
outstanding.
said that.
Yeah. Both of these bowls were absolutely outstanding.
Very good.
These are something that I would expect to go sit down at an in-park Asian restaurant and potentially get. Very close.
Okay.
This food was great. And yeah, panties unbunched. I was good. I was happy.
The kids were happy.
Everybody was happy.
It was great. We had to get we
had to get to-go
boxes.
boxes.
Yeah, I'm like, what are those leftovers
Yeah.
boxes? And it was nice because we were able to because we have a microwave.
You got that larger fridge and the microwave.
So
Another
it's
reason
perfect.
the family suite is great.
Yep.
Rhonda and I the next day, because we both had leftovers, could
Warmed
heat
it
it
up.
up in the microwave.
Absolutely.
You know, they're providing plasticware, plates, bowls, plasticware, all in the. Rhonda didn't know there were plates and bowls
there's
until
some-
this morning.
they were
She goes,
tall.
What are those things up there?
I was like,
We
what is
have
that black thing?
Yeah, you're like,
Because
did
they were
we
black
bring that with
plates-
us? She's like, I
plates.
wish I would have known that.
I do because of. We'll
Yeah.
get to it, but
Outstanding.
warming up my breakfast,
Oh yeah,
I was on a napkin and I would have preferred it on a plate.
that's probably some information I could have given you when I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to pause here on this weekend trip review. We're going to do part 2 coming out on Friday. So this is the beauty of post-production. We recorded the entire episode at once, and then I'm sitting down now cutting it up a little bit. So Rhonda is off to work, so we will go ahead and wrap things up. If you want that brand new episode every Tuesday and Friday, which Friday will be part 2, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to go out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Check out our brand new website at mainstmagic.com. There's a lot more still coming there. And of course, both Rhonda and I would be super duper thankful if you could leave us a rating and review because it helps our show grow. That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.